You record? Yeah. So Doobie, we were just talking about programming a little bit, and PT was on the topic of making programming workouts that are fun for people and workouts that people want to. I'll let him explain.
But Doobie, you're the first. I think you're the first repeat guest on our podcast.
That's awesome.
Is Doobie the first repeat guest on our podcast, guys?
Yeah, he might be. Actually,
I think he is. So so the first one we got like your entire background and all this. So we just want to shoot the shit about COVID and programming for at-home workouts, and maybe we can have a debate as what the best best home gym equipment is and all this stuff.
Give us a fun
The best gym equipment is right there.
A full affiliate in your garage. That's not.
We had to
recording.
We had to send pictures of our garage to HQ for like the online level 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that too.
And I think Mally believes that I sent her my gym pictures.
Oh really?
But I was like, no, it's my garage gym.
Your garage is unreal.
Because they're trying to see if you've got the right amount of space and all this, eh?
Well, yeah, to make sure that you can see the entire person do a movement, for example. Like you need enough space to like put the camera far enough that I could do like a full squat where you don't only see my hips or only see my feet, or it cuts my face.
Doobie, how involved you're involved in the creation of this?
No.
Are they trying to like get Flowmasters to set up shops in their garages, or?
No. For now, they just want to see who would be able to run it, and we're like 50 something Flowmasters, and I think they put online 3 online courses, so they do not need everyone. They just want to know what's doable, depending how long this thing is going to last for.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, we don't have much info other than it's to allow people that want to revalidate to be able to revalidate without waiting.
Okay, cool.
And you guys, and that's for the webinar, right? Because it's like a 2-part thing. There's like the online course, and then you guys would be doing like the live webinar where I guess you'll do like a version of the breakout groups and answer questions.
I don't know exactly how it's going to work yet. Like we had to like just send the information, and they're going to give us more info later.
So interesting.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited to see how it's going to be, because if you see like on .com when they posted it, Nicole answered a few questions on the comment board.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet.
Including people asking if new participants would be able to do their first level 1 online, and for now the answer is no, because the in-person is really important, the transmission of culture and all this. So it's really like if you've done your level 1 at least once, then that would allow you to like revalidate, but they don't want it to replace the level 1 by any means.
It's
Imagine
kind of
doing a level 2 online.
Oh man, it's kind of nice in a sense for those people who maybe got their level 1 to open an affiliate. They don't really coach, or they got their level 1 out of just interest for themselves, and they don't really coach, and they're just like, I won't bother going to the live course to like revalidate. And maybe now these people are going to revalidate because it's just online.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can do it at your own pace also. It's self-paced. You don't need to block an entire weekend,
Although some of the best comments that we do get at level 1s are from people revalidating.
Yes.
Who always say like, I came into this weekend like thinking, why am I redoing this? And then I leave like with a new passion for CrossFit. We get that all the time, right?
Yeah.
So like it'd be too bad. I mean, it would probably, like, you're right, Peter, it would probably get people to do it, because some people are probably thinking like, I'm just not going to revalidate. It would get people to do it, but they'd be missing out on something pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if people have questions about that, I think there's a couple of answers on .com in the comment thread. Like Nicole Carroll was answering quite a few people.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Yeah, that's sweet. Doobie, how's quarantine going with your gym?
Well, the gym is shut down, man. Like
Like,
everyone.
yeah, but your virtual, you still have the virtual version.
Yeah, like I'll be honest, everyone has their own view, and no view is necessarily better than the other one because we don't have all the pieces of a puzzle yet. We took with both my business partners, Jacques and Franklin, like we took the option to like not be really vocal about everything that we're going to do until we have all the information in our hands. Like, for example, we knew that there was going to be something happening with like the rent, right? But we're not going to freak out about the rent and like tell people that if we can't put our rent on hold, we're going to close. And if this happens, because it's all if.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to wait for like all the information. And then we're going to keep the community going by doing, obviously virtual workouts. I think you guys did the same thing. Like, we're going to cut anyone that wants to cut their membership, like, suspend all the payments and all this, of course, we're going to do that. Some members refuse to stop their membership. Like, that's their way they want to, that's a very small percentage, but I mean, there are some people that still work, and that's like their way to feel that they support the gym, and we're not going to force them not to do it.
It's pretty cool, man. Every community that I've heard of has a few people that have offered to just keep it going for nothing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
I mean, of course, like, they'll get their memberships back. The only thing at first, I'll be honest, we didn't really want to do that because I wanted to have all the information to be 100% sure that I would reopen before I would let someone still pay. Right? Like, I mean, for example, if my landlord says like, no, you need to pay your rent for the next 6 months and you can't be open for 6 months, like, I mean, that would be a big problem. And I wouldn't feel comfortable telling people, oh yeah, Pete, keep paying your membership, and then maybe I'll keep open, I'll still be open. But now that I have like the information that will be, opening after this, like, I have no problem with someone wanting to help me out with like paying my internet bill and the electricity bill and like stuff like that. But I mean, our big thing is that my money is not more important than someone else's money, and my situation is not more important than anyone else's situation. So I don't want my members to feel obligated or to feel pressured because of a sense of community that they need to help me out. Like, they need to help themselves first, because that's what in the long run is going to help all our gyms, is that when we can restart, that we have members that have like the possibility to become members again because they take care of themselves and their family.
It's kind of the same like mindset we've had sort of the whole time. And I mean, I know I was freaking out a little bit when this whole thing went down and stuff, but PT had that mindset and held true to it from the very beginning. Was basically exactly what you just said. It's just like, where everyone's suffering in a different way, and we just need to like relax and take a second here to look at what's actually happening and what people are paying for, and not just take their money when we can't offer them any value for that.
That's it. Fully agree.
Yeah.
Fully agree.
I like what you said there, Dibby, when it's tough to take people's money when it's uncertain. When you're uncertain that you're going to be a business in 6 months, then it's tough to say like, okay, keep paying us, help us try to stay alive, right? Like, that's the challenge, because what if you do go out of business? What if you do declare bankruptcy, and what happens then? Then the members are like, well, why was I paying? Like, why didn't it's kind of a waste of money in a way for them, because they could have just said like, well, we just helped this business live during this for 3 months, when they could have just closed right from the get-go, basically. You know what I mean? Like, obviously everything's hindsight 2020, but So did you pause everybody's memberships right off the bat, or did you keep them on?
Well, not right off the bat. Right off the bat, we closed. Then we wanted to see what was going on because at first the forced closure was 2 weeks. So we were like, okay, well, if it's only 2 weeks, we're just gonna extend everyone by 2 weeks. It's not a big deal. But after week 1, we realized it's gonna be longer. So after week 1, we issued like a message to all the members saying like, hey, simply answer to this message and say suspend, and then we'll suspend your membership. And a vast majority, I'd say, like, did it like from the get-go, like maybe 65 or 70% people like asked to suspend. And that told me and Jacques like that we were doing the right thing, because we're like, okay, well, these people are stressed out for the future. Like, so the gym is now added stress to them. They're really happy to be able to put it on hold. They're all thankful for it. Instead of just answering suspend, they're all answering a message, with a message and saying, oh, thank you for the opportunity to do this. We hope that like, you're going to be open soon. So yeah, we did that. And then even some members, are like, no, keep my membership on. And like, we just replied with obviously a thank you message. And also like, hey guys, like any minute your situation change, just send us a message and then we'll put you on hold. Like that's absolutely not a problem. And then you do your work on your side. Like, I mean, what are your fixed costs? What can you lower? So then this way you can just like pass this. And I truly think that it's not even a matter of like surviving during the time that we have no members. It's more going to be a matter of like surviving when we reopen.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's going to be the real challenge. Like surviving now is like, it's a matter of like putting your rent on hold. If you can deal with your internet provider or like stuff like this, but that's like tiny things for us. Like the big thing is coaches' salaries and rent. If you can somehow like deal with that, then you're fine. But then what we're a bit, not necessarily worried, but like making plans for when we reopen. And for example, they put a rule that you need classes of 5 or 6 people, like what do you do with your 6 p.m. class that is 20 people? Do you go to like half an hour classes and you run like 3-4 different groups? Do you go to, for shooting the shit, like I'm thinking that we're going to go towards like a open gym style in a section warm up. Then a coach 15 minutes later is going to take that group and coach them the skill of the day. Then that group's going to go see another coach. So then we can rotate more groups.
Kind of like Reebok CrossFit Louvre style.
Yeah. And then or like all these big gym, and then have a coach the actual workout. And then after they go to a open gym style cool down. So you need 2 coaches and you can run like, let's say if it's groups of 6, you can have 4 groups of 6 at the same time. So that's 24. That's still like a good class.
And you like section off areas according to like the space and all this. Yeah. That makes sense.
That's the challenge, right? When we will be allowed to reopen up, it's not just going to be like, oh, turn everybody's memberships back on and boom, we're ready to rock, because then it's the value of a membership changes according to what you're saying, right? If you're not giving the same service and now you're limiting classes, you're limiting, length of classes, people in the class, and offering. We're probably not going to be allowed to offer, as many classes in the day, maybe, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So then some people would be like, well, keep my membership on hold because this isn't really the same as before.
Yeah,
right?
I wanted like, the 1 p.m. class, and you don't have a 1 p.m. class anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can never sign into the 6 a.m. because you can only have 5 people, and like you said, usually there's 25 people. So that's interesting. I think you're doing the right thing to kind of anticipate that and just get ready for different options.
We'll probably need like a 10-minute at the end of each class to just get everyone to clean up everything.
I was just going to say, there's going to be a lot of time cost on just cleaning, like whatever that looks like. I don't even know, but an hour or 30 minutes here and there to just mop and disinfect the entire place a couple times a day, like that just eats away and stuff. You gotta
It's going to be like in the good old regionals day. We're going to have like a square where you can work out from. And then if you step out of the square, it's a no rep. Right? Like everyone's going to get their square or the rectangular like spot to like lift.
There's gyms currently, like I remember going to visit my brother in Liberty Village had that in Toronto. Yeah, they just sectioned off like 6 foot squares in the entire gym, and you just like grabbed a barbell, you put it down in your square, and you just sit there for the entire workout. And like, yeah, most of their workouts were programmed without pull-up bars and stuff. What's that?
Before COVID?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Reebok Liberty Village. It was because it was a super tiny location, and they had a bunch of members. I don't really know what they're doing now. I don't hear much about that gym anymore, but
it's called something else. It's called Delta Train now.
Okay, so they unaffiliated.
They sold it. No, they're still affiliated, but they sold it
to someone else. Got it.
Delta.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. What's the situation in Montreal? Montreal's like the epicenter of Canada for COVID, or it was at one point. Like, and they were talking about the military coming in and all this. Like, what's the vibe in Montreal?
I'll be honest. Like, I'm a little bit in the suburb. I have a nice setup, right? I don't really need to get out of my house right now if I don't need to, because I can just work out, eat. I mean, I need to go out to like get some food. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't try to go to Montreal. I didn't try. Like, they're definitely cutting. Like, if you don't have a reason to go somewhere, you're not really allowed to go between regions, right? So like they'll have like barricades by like police officers like asking you where you're going.
Actually, Doobie, I took the kids yesterday. Sarah wanted the house to empty, so I just took the kids. I put them in the car, and I was gonna go to my brother's and just drop something off, and I got stopped at the border. Because he lives in Gatineau, right? So I went over the bridge, and there's a blockade, and the police officer was like super nice. He's like, "What are you coming for?" And I had a Ontario plate. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just," and I knew what he was gonna say. I'm like, "I'm just dropping something off at my brother's." And he's like, "That doesn't sound essential to me." And I laughed. I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, man. It's very non-essential. I'm just getting the kids out of the house, going for a ride." And he's like, "Sorry, we're locking down. If you don't need to come into Quebec, you're not coming." So I turned around, had to come back.
Damn.
Yeah, no, that's definitely. I mean, that's how it is. Like, people. People are still outside a lot. I see people walking. Like, I've never seen some dogs or whatever weird pets.
That's like our neighborhood too. There's people walking around I've never seen before. They all live close by.
And it's still kind of cold. Everyone's just like outside trying to just latch on to good weather, but it's still kind of cold.
Yeah, exactly.
It's snowing this morning.
Yeah, exactly. It's snowing hard.
Everyone's outside like, "Oh yes, we can go outside." We're like,
My God.
We had a couple of good days. I definitely worked a lot on the house.
Yeah.
The house is really neat.
A lot of people are saying their house is like spick and span. They finished some renovations or whatever.
Well, I mean, honestly, like now, like the first week, I was a bit mad. Not mad that we need to close and all this, because I totally understand. Just mad at the situation. You're just like, it's like we said, a lot of uncertainty. It's easy to freak out, right? Just being like, okay, well, am I going to receive the help I need? Like, is my business that I took like 11 years to like build, is it going to be like, is it going to suffer from it? Like, are my members okay? Are they all going to, need to like resign from a membership because they're losing their jobs? Like, I mean, there's lots of ways to like freak out and spin like in your head, and you get a bit too far ahead. Week 2, I kind of like became at peace with it, just like, hey, if it needs to happen, it's going to happen. If we all go bankrupt, we'll all go bankrupt. But I mean, we'll all be in the same boat anyway. It's like, who cares?
It won't happen. Yeah.
But they won't let it happen. But even if it would happen, it's kind of like you decide you're playing Monopoly and you decide to start a new game. It's like, fine, everyone starts a new game. You lost your Broadway, whatever hotel. Like, who cares? Like, everyone's restarting. Like, it's fine. And and then like once like I had that mindset of like, you know, not caring too much about what's going to happen because it's not within my control, and just to be like, okay, what's within my control? What can I do? Well, first I can stay fit and stop fucking complaining because I have a fantastic home gym. And whether you have one or not, like you have tons of workouts online. Like, I mean, and you have tons of time, right? Second, I can spend like so much more time with my wife and 2 kids, where usually I'm out of the house at 5:30 a.m. There I can make them breakfast. Like I can just like play with them. Like, it's great, you know, just now, like as a joke, I'm like, I live the life of like a millionaire. Like I don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I can just spend time with my family. When I want to work out, I work out, you know, and I read all the time, all the stuff that I didn't have time to do. And then I plan, and I just take the time to like reinvent. Here's the thing. I think that like if we think that this thing is going to go away and everything's going to go back to normal, we're probably a bit wrong. Like there'll always be like some stuff that's going to, at least the fear of like it re-happening, maybe it re-happens and like there's with a different one. Regardless, like things are going to be slightly different. And I view it the same way as when internet came along. Some people try to ignore it and they went bankrupt. And other people reinvented the wheel, reinvented their own business within their business, and they became really successful, really strong. There, it's a little bit the same thing. Like we need to take this with like, okay, well, what else can my gym do? Because that's our business, right? What else can I do as a trainer to reinvent myself a little bit? Not let go. Obviously, we'll still have gyms, like a physical gym, but hey, maybe that virtual membership is a freaking good idea. You know, like maybe there's some people that can't come in the gym that would still do it even when we reopen. Like, what can we do to actually make this like a learning experience, and to not do like the taxi drivers with Uber? You know, let's make Uber illegal. It's like that's not gonna solve the problem, right? It's like, let's make sure the COVID-19 never rehappens. Yeah, there'll be another one or another shit like that at one point.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be wars, right? World War I, World War II. Now we are in the same type of situation as people if they were at war. Like we almost have curfews. Like we can't get out of our house. We pretty much have not all the food you can buy. Like it's one per family. If you want to get the chicken legs, it's one per, like it's pretty similar. Just let's learn from it and be smart, I think.
Are you doing sorry, Rez, go ahead.
I feel like it's still getting worse too, right? Like every week that goes by, there's a new sanction that's happening that's making it harder. Like the curfew thing. Like I feel like in the next month we'll see that. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. It's just like, you know, it sucks at first, but it's like there's no point in sitting around and complaining about it, because that's not going to get us anywhere or do anything. Like I see all these petitions online when I scroll through Facebook, and it's like, the government's not doing enough for small businesses. And it's like, people need to get a little bit more creative with you know, it's like restaurants. It's like, restaurants are now delivering food, doing a curbside pickup and stuff. It's like, stop complaining, stop throwing yourself a pity party, and let's think about how we can move forward through this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we can't just wait. That's what I mean. Like if we're smart, we can't just wait. We need to like have a plan of like how to get back into it. Hey, my little girl got her first stitches. Her first stitches. Like she hit her head into the side of a wall and cracked her head open.
Oh.
So you went to the hospital?
No, she went to the clinic. They just did a bunch of stitches. Yeah, they look good. A brand new head.
Duby, are you running virtual classes for your members? Laval, CrossFit Laval? No.
For now, like we're debating. Like we don't. For now, like we give one workout a day that you can do with almost anything, like a backpack that you fill up with some stuff. Like no equipment. You know, like a towel that you throw around the door, or like, you know, pull up. And that's it. We're talking about it with Jacques of like what else we could do. Our thing is that if we're gonna do something, which we'll probably will, other than what we're already currently doing is it's going to be part of our business plan. Meaning like it's not going to be something we do for the next month and then we stop. Like it's just, we want, exactly like I told you, we want to like counterattack this thing and just be like, okay, like this type of thing can happen. What's our weakness? Our weakness is like we have a business that only works with interactions of people like one-on-one, meaning like we need to be close enough to touch them, to see them, to like get that camaraderie or like community and all this. How can we keep that? Because that's still always going to be part of our business. I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to an online only gym. But how can we also bring the online thing? Is it through programming with some classes like once, twice, 3 times, 5 times a week? Is it like, you know, what type of membership we're going to offer? Like we're not 100% sure about it yet. And we want to make sure that we have the resources to continue doing it. Because right now, if I do this and then we reopen and I need to be like nonstop at the gym, it's going to die at the same time. So that's, I mean, I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, but that's our thinking right now. Is most of my members are on hold anyway. They need to be on hold. They're not going to, and I don't want to drain them. No, it's not draining, but I don't want to make them feel that they need to take a membership to help me out, because that's pretty much how they kind of see it. So if I'm going to offer something, it's going to be like, just like, for example, you guys are offering like a real virtual membership. It's a real virtual membership. Like, it's not like give me money because I need some help. It's like, hey, I'm going to give you a service and years of service. It's not temporary necessarily. It's like, you can buy the service and do it. Done. I haven't found this service that would work well for, you know, for the business model of CrossFit Laval yet. But it'd be something that's like, it'd be an added service that I want to add to my website, and it's going to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a really good point, Doobie. Obviously I don't necessarily agree with it, because right now it's like everything is so fast changing that you could start something and on the fly change it or lose it, right? It doesn't necessarily need to be a staple. And we talk about the virtual stuff as maybe it'll stick around, maybe it won't. And it's like, I think and we saw it with like our classes, or we tried different time slots, we tried different formats, we tried doing a class that's not even the same workout as the workout of the day, and then people, you know, and then you just adjust and you go on the fly. Everyone is kind of, I think, used to, right now they're used to things can change. Mm-hmm. So like we went from one night going like, hey, 6 p.m. classes, to the next day we're like, hey, we're done with 6 p.m. classes, nobody's showing up, you know. And then the next day we're like, hey, we're gonna add a 9 a.m. and then people are on their phones and ready to adjust to these things. So you could just start it, right? And then if it stops, it stops. Or if it, you know.
So like
we have like a way more for my members. Like we have a very small membership base now that we moved and all this. Like we're like 120 something.
But you got 3 gyms basically. You could have that offering for your 3 gyms. That's
the thing. That's exactly like what I'm getting at, is like, that's why like we want to like potentially, but there that involves having like a plan that for sure we could do on the fly, but at the same time it kind of need to be thoughtful, especially because in the other gyms I have other situations. Like I have like one of my coach that basically, if I don't pay him, he's being sent back to France. Like I have like you know, like there's other situation. CrossFit Laval is pretty good in terms of like no one is going to lose their citizenship or like other important stuff like this. Like they're not going to be deported if I don't reopen right away.
I think we're thinking the same kind of thing as you in terms of it could potentially stay like what PT said, but our approach is just like experimental, right? Because there's so many unknowns like PT's talking about. It's like you need to just start something, troubleshoot, because it's almost inevitable, since this thing has never existed before. Like where, you know, I don't know any gym who's done live virtual CrossFit classes. So it's like, what are the best time slots available for people? Like PT's talking about, all these things need to be troubleshooted so that you can almost perfect it. But by the time it is that you do kind of reopen, so that you can optimize it for, for just like a continued offering almost,
Agreed. I think, do you use, no, you don't use Mind Body anymore. Mind Body now has like a virtual class or something added to their.
Zen Planner did the same thing.
Yeah, that's it. So like, I mean, you can even see that these companies are like reacting to.
Adjusting. Doobie, your situation is different. I'm thinking about it more now, and it is very different because you have several partners in different gyms. So like if you were to say, I'm going to offer one membership virtual and it's offered to everyone, where does that money come? You basically have to create an entire different company now.
Yeah, no, but that's it. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's a bit tough for my personal situation.
Yeah, it's definitely more complicated. You're right.
Where
than us, us, it's just like, it's us three, it's the gym, it's like the revenue that's going to come from this membership is just for the gym. It doesn't have to be,
Like, I don't want to say that you can't troubleshoot it. No, that's what I mean is like, for me, like, it's almost like I'm starting a new venture if I go into this.
Yeah.
So I need to make sure that like, it's like worth it. Because
yeah,
for example, like we're doing it, I'm testing it with, we have something called Academy, like next generation of athlete in English should be like, but that we do for a school. And now like school has been pretty much canceled until like next year. Mm-hmm. So with them, we're troubleshooting exactly what you're doing. Like we're doing like it's a mix of like a ebook that gives you like the month programming, with like a special page where people can go on Facebook, like a secret page where people can go and like have more information, ask questions. And then there is like a live testing, like at the beginning and the end of the month too. Like we're testing with like stuff like that also, like, but if I offer it business wise for CrossFit Laval, CrossFit de l'Est, CrossFit Montreal and all this, it's going to be like kind of like a product where, like you said, like all parties agree to all
yeah. Doobie, you're a guy that never stops, right? And you always have a bunch of different things on the go. Are you finding these challenges and these different situations fun?
Yeah. Almost. Like now I'll be honest, like it might be coming off as selfish, but I'll say it's fine. People would judge me, like if they misinterpret what I'm saying. But like, I start to like my situation because I can pretty much read 3-4 hours a day, which is one thing that I need to do because that improves my English, that improves my knowledge. I have tons of books. Like Peter lended me one book I never read already. Now it's read. So that's like a project that I really like, and it gives me a lot of time to also push with like that young thing, like a next generation athlete, and the Force 5 equipment, because the Force 5 equipment, like I never really got to push, and now is a really good time because people have time back home. They want to train. They want like a home equipment. Mm-hmm. So I'll be happy. Like I'll be honest, like I don't dislike this change of scenery because I have a lot of stuff on the go. Like it helps me to like stay happy and hungry for.
Yeah, I think it's totally okay to say that, man. It doesn't come off bad because you're not a dick, and you understand that there's other people that are not in the same situation, right? And it's still, people aren't spending time with their families. They're going and working in hospitals and stuff like that. And obviously they're finding this time.
Or like police officer like working nonstop. They're changing all their shifts. Like they have like zero quality of life right now.
Yeah. Yeah. What I meant more was the challenge, right? The challenge of like, hey, let's turn the business around a little bit. Let's, like you said, like we got to adjust our business plan and go from there. And we were talking about this yesterday, and it's just, it's been kind of nice.
No, like big name athlete or political leader, whatever was ever like brought up in like easy time. It's like, you need these, like, it's annoying. And like I said, the first week I was extremely mad. Like I asked my wife, she would like tell me to cut it, like to just shut up. like, I would just like run scenarios in my head and like go way too far. Like, I mean, yeah, like, but to a certain point, you need to go through that stage.
Yeah.
But go through that stage. Don't deny that stage. Like, some people will take them a bit more than a week. Allow yourself to go through that stage of, like, call it deny, anger, whatever you want. Like, but then after, you need to like snap out of it and see it as like a challenge. And we love challenges. If you're a CrossFitter, like, I mean, we have challenges at every workout. Now that's just a new challenge. And it's like seeing the glass half full or half empty. Like, it's much better to see it half full. Like, we all are brought down pretty much to our knees. Like, are you going to learn to do a Turkish get up, a lunge, back squat? Like, what the fuck are you going to do? You know, how are you going to get back up? Or are you going to just, like, you know, stay on your knee and just wait for help? You know?
Yeah.
What do you think of your
analogy?
What do you think of your membership base? Are they like, are you interacting with them at all? Like, do you think they're staying moving?
People are commenting. So we post on Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, there is not much action, but I still post just to post. But on our Facebook page and group, people will post their score and then shoot the shit. I'm actually surprised. There's some guy, Mike from the morning class. I'll shout out to Mike. Like, that is not that constant when the gym is open. Has been doing every single home workout. Like,
that's amazing.
And like he said exactly, like, you know, now is a good time to change your routine. Now is a good time to, like, you know, to make it at least like a positive side. So I can't wait to see him again, because he's going to be like super fit. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Duby, are you all the equipment companies are like backed up? They've got zero inventory and stuff. Like, at least, you know, like Rogue, and I saw a thing on Instagram, like Assault Fitness is the same situation. Everyone's trying to order assault bikes. What's the Force 5 equipment? Are you seeing like huge orders or what?
Well, it's a bit different because we have a lot more orders than before. We had like a weird situation, right? We switched to mass production, and it took us a year transition. And basically, the week before this thing really happened, we received our orders. So wow. I'm fully stocked. Wow. Like, that's for sure. So I'm lucky for that.
That is lucky.
Fully stocked in Europe, fully stocked here. Now the problem is that with everything that's happening, like, now Trump changed the laws for like import, and now like my stuff is taxed like 108%. Like, if I want to like, you know, import large quantities over there. So like, I'm putting everything back to Canada, because I had to ship some in the US and shipping from Canada. Because if it's small orders, it's okay. But if you like send more than $10,000 or whatever worth of equipment. So that's changing our plan a little bit. But we're lucky that, like, we're fully stocked, and we had almost zero sales before because we're waiting for that equipment. So now we're like definitely we have averages that we never had. We used to have like 1 to 3 orders a week, and now we have 3 orders a day. So that's, you know, a lot more.
That's cool.
What are people ordering? What's the equipment of choice at home?
Yeah, this is a good segue into that. I wanted to ask that question.
Well, I mean, we don't sell CrossFit stuff, right? We sell stuff that like you can hang from, that you can do pull up from, that you can do like L-sits or work your grip. They're the things that you go through. Like, if you do
it's more like obstacle course race.
Yeah, it's obstacle course stuff. Okay. Yeah. It's like a special ring that you can hang from. It's not a ring, but, you know, it'd be like a metal stick, and there's weird different shapes that like make it harder on your hands. And so like people will just buy like the regular ones that you can put on a doorway pull-up bar, right? Like that's like the number one thing that people are going to get. And so we have like kits, beginner kits, intermediate kits. That's what most of people.
Can I put it on like a regular pull-up bar?
Yeah, you can put it on any bar.
Oh, like since I'm not doing muscle-ups, maybe I'll order some of those.
It's all
would kill to do a muscle up right now.
It's all like, you know, you just put it with straps. Like, you just get some straps, and then you hang like this thing, and then you hang from it, and then you swing to the other one. Or
oh wow,
you have some that are like brackets, or
Well,
you
that's
don't sell like
that's cool, man.
you don't sell like dumbbells or kettlebells.
No. That's it. We don't sell any. I didn't want to go in any of the regular gym stuff.
Yeah.
Like we wanted to go look like it's all like the business plan is that it's all easy to ship, very small. You know, it's like things that you strap on and then you can just like, you know, work your grip to like pull up on this or hang or, but it's all easy to ship. Like dumbbells are a nightmare to ship. Like it's super expensive and you need huge warehouses to do it. Like we're still, you know, we have a huge inventory, but it's like 12 pallets. You know, we're not talking about, you know, York barbell or Rogue that has like 1 million square feet.
Yeah. and if you did have 1 million square feet, you'd probably be contacted by the government to start making PPE anyway.
Yeah. Yo, that's true. But I think to answer your question, I think that people should go back to like the CrossFit.com archive and like just download the Garage Gym original like list that you can get. Basically starts with a pull-up bar. You can easily do that. It's easy to get. I think some locals like Tonic Performance or Tydax or like some local Canadian companies have some still.
Yeah.
Then
CrossFit.com's been sharing the DIY equipment.
Do it yourself. Yeah, like a med ball.
Oh, dude, did you ever like make that med ball? Any of you guys make a med ball like that before with a basketball?
I made the pellets.
Yeah.
How did it ever explode on you?
No, my game's profile picture is with that med ball. Like
really?
My like the little picture you have. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I used to wall balls. I was really bad at wall balls, so I built myself a med ball, and I'd go up in my condo and I'd do Karen once a week.
No shit.
I know exactly what picture you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a green ball. I taped it with painter's tape, I think.
Oh my! Like a basketball?
Yeah, it was basketball.
No, it was sand.
I think it was like 23 pounds. I think.
That's amazing.
RX Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
It was good. It got the job done.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm seeing pictures. Sorry, go ahead, PT.
No, I was just gonna ask Doobie something. Go ahead, say it.
I'm seeing all over Instagram like people are just coming up with crazy ways to make at-home gym equipment, like because it's all sold out and you know whatever they're making it out of wood. Like some people have wood squat / bench racks.
Yeah,
where because you can't like if it's made of wood you can't adjust it with anything. Like they don't have normal J hooks. They've just created this massive like slanted piece of equipment where they just hook the barbell up on different like 2x4s,
like dishwashers.
Yeah, like a dishwasher rack. Like it's so funny.
Some people I have some some people have crazy setups, like wood setups. Like it's pretty cool.
People are at home, they got time, they want to work out, build something.
Just build it, yeah.
Doobie, I was gonna ask you because you're if anybody doesn't know you really, I'll let them know that you're a guy who loves to work out. Obviously, you're an absolute lunatic. You're a lunatic, and you'll work out all the time, no matter what. Always say yes. You're number one for that. But I feel like you rarely work out alone. Everything that I see from you is in your garage with your bunch of savages or whatever your crew of I won't call them buffoons because they're good dudes. But
the Force 5 crew.
Yeah, the Laval crew. You know, the garage is full of people. You're yelling at each other. You're doing weird bandage shit. So like, how's it been working out by yourself, dude?
I work out with my wife now and kids. Yeah, ask Virginie, like she's like, stop pressuring me and doing second sessions and stuff. but
I knew you still can't work out alone.
Yeah, I mean I do it once in a while. Like right now, I'm on so for my second session, like because I don't like to do it alone. You're absolutely right. I need I already have a plan of 42 days of like weightlifting that I need to do. So this way I need to do it, right? There's already the dates and all this. Because if not, I've been doing it for a long time. And the thing I've learned for myself is it needs to be fun. And the way to make it fun for me is that people work out with you. Like working out just to work out, or just to prove to myself I can do it, or to try to be the absolute best or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like that, but that ship has been sailed for now. Like it's more working out to try to kick the person's like ass that's right next to me, or at least tell them that I'm older than them, or that I had better form, or that I went lower, or that like there's something that I did a little bit better than them.
Yeah.
Speaking of kicking ass, how'd you do in the age group online qualifier?
Good question. I finished 80th something, or
Oh, okay.
I didn't go
like that backfire.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Who won between Reza and?
Oh, I still crushed him. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Reza.
What did you get,
better.
Rez?
67th, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Well.
Put a little star in your calendar. That won't happen again. But no, that's not true. Reza is like Mr. Open. Like anything online qualifier, he kicks ass.
Yeah.
You know what? I you're right. But when you look at the top 10 guys in that category, it's completely insane. Like I don't believe half of them.
Oh, I tell you, I believe that. Yo, the first year that Gilles Nadeau went to the games in the Masters, so one of my athletes, 39, she was excited because she was like, hey, you're going to be my coach, but you're the same age, so you can probably pass for an athlete and just like, go in some zones that like others can't go, right? And I get there, never during the weekend, even if I would wear workout clothes, did anyone mistake me for being an athlete. Way too small, looking like nothing. These guys are really impressive.
The Masters guys, like they're huge.
Yeah, they're really impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the best contractile potential, but their productive application of force is impressive for their age. But no, like working out on your own is definitely an adjustment.
Yeah, I was gonna say a nice way of saying they move like shit.
Well, hey, in Masters, I'm sure Reza can confirm, everyone starts to not move very well. So, like, it's a huge advantage to be strong. That's why my money is on Paul for, like, 35, 39 world champion. Because he has the strength.
That's in 2 opens.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Maybe this thing will be over in 2 opens. You'll be good.
Hopefully. I keep telling like guys like James and Austin, Spencer, like all those guys we're the same age, and Rich, and obviously Rich is still going to be super fit, so he won't do it. But I'm like, it'd be really cool if like when we all turn 35, like we all like say, let's do this, and we know that like nobody cares about the Masters really at the games. Like nobody really goes to watch it unless it's family and stuff like that. So like we would just go and bring our families and just have fun. Oh, and Craig Kenny's same age, all 87.
Throw down.
And just like throw down. Yeah, imagine how fun that would be.
That'd be pretty dope. That'd be really cool.
Exactly.
You would have a blast.
That'd be huge. You just get your own like arena alone. You guys are just alone there to hit these workouts hard and have a beer at night.
Assuming we would all qualify. I mean, man, there's so many fit guys out there. It's crazy, even at that age.
Yeah, you start telling too many people that you guys are doing that, then you're going to get some people coming out of the woodwork to try and challenge you.
Exactly.
This year, like I wouldn't even have come close to qualifying in the 40+ category. I checked the scores. I was like, okay, let's make myself feel a little bit better. Let's see. No.
These guys are fit, man. They're crazy.
Yeah. Or I just need to train alone a lot more.
Yeah, you need to switch it up.
Yeah. Switch it up.
I got one last question before we wrap this up, because I know Rez has to go coach a virtual class soon.
You remind him. Oh, that's
what if you could take one piece of home equipment, if your whole garage was completely emptied and you could only keep one thing, what would you choose?
That'd be easy because I used to only have one thing when I would travel. and add one heavy dumbbell.
One heavy dumbbell.
How
Yeah.
heavy?
Well, back then, 55 pounds was heavy. But now I would like have a 70 pounder.
A 70 pound?
Explain why.
Well, just because this way you can, first of all, doing asymmetrical stuff is really, really good for your core strength and for your stability, and it transfers really well after to like when you'll be able to use a barbell. So that's why I would have only one. Then with a dumbbell, you can snatch, you can overhead lunge, you can clean and jerk, you can squat, then you can run with it, you can farmer carry it. You can do like all sorts of things. You can even use it to like put it on the ground and do like plyometric push-ups and have one hand on like one like hand on the bell, the other one on the ground, jump, go to the other side. Like you can use it to jump over when you do burpees. You can virtually do almost anything.
But why heavy?
Why heavy? Just because it's very easy to like find any ohm or like yard stuff that is light that you could use for lighter stuff.
That's true.
It's hard to go towards 70 pounds.
And if you want to make it feel a little lighter, you can always put two hands on it. You don't need to use it for like just one arm or one, you know?
Yeah.
And because
I want to stay strong.
Yeah.
That's the answer. That's the answer right there.
Were you towing this thing around like with your boats when you were sailing and all this? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, when I started CrossFit at the same time, I was coaching the Ontario sailing team actually out of Hamilton. And I started to be like, hey, CrossFit is the shit. I really want everyone to do it. So I bought a dumbbell.
That's great.
And then after, like the next thing that I got was rings.
So if you had like a go-to, you didn't have let's say you show up at this place, you drop your boat, you're like, I need to hit a wad. What's your go-to wad with that dumbbell? What that someone could hit like right now?
I used to like, my benchmark was 10 rounds of 10 hang squat cleans with a dumbbell. You can switch hands whenever you're tired, and then 10 push-ups. That was it.
Should we program that for that?
Let's program it. The Dubreucq special.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, I remember back then that was burning the lungs like round 3, and then you just had to keep going.
That sounds a lot like support your local box WOD 1.
Yeah, that's true.
This dumbbell snatch, but it's taking the power with the squats, combining it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
that's
10
true.
rounds,
that's very similar.
10 rounds, hang squat clean. You can switch your arms whenever you want, and 10 push-ups.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Like the first few times, I would use 2 arms on the hang squat cleans.
Oh, really?
It's really good. Yo, man, I was 135 pounds.
Yeah, you're tiny.
That's amazing. Cool. Like, we're gonna program that then.
We'll call it the Dubreucq special.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Some people will think that it's something else than a workout.
Yeah, just say that you have to do it at 4 p.m., 4:20.
Yeah, 4:20, the Dubreucq special.
Love it. Well, Dubreucq, it was great to have you on, man. We're going to Jason is going to come on again for his residency podcast position. So we'll have you on for a third shot, and maybe we'll do like a full team on here one time. It'll be great.
Yeah, we should. Cool.
Thanks, Dubreucq.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
See you, dude.
Ciao.